Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today we're going to be talking about a new product from UHS Hardware called the Reddit subreddit lockpicking belt ranking lock bundle, beginner through intermediate. And we're going to talk about some of the controversy and fallout from that as it pertains to the actual Reddit community. So let's get into it. So first off, I was perusing Reddit this morning and I came across a post by Georgia Jim. Before we go into his post, let's talk about who Georgia Jim is. Georgia Jim is considered one of the best lock pickers in the world. He has picked over 250 locks on his YouTube channel, 40 of which are black belt level locks. I've been picking locks for 15 years. I'm a red belt in the belt ranking system. I'm a competitive lock picker, and I have my own locksport meetup group. And I've been contributing to the locksport community since 2010. I have this YouTube channel. I wrote for Art of Lockpicking for 4 years, but I'm only a red belt and I've only picked one black belt level lock. This guy has picked 40 of them. Just to put that into comparison, he is literally one of the best lock pickers in the world. He is ranked 17th Dan in the belt ranking system. So he's picked so many locks that he's ranked 17 out of 20. He has picked all of the pen tumbler locks that are available on the belt ranking system to my knowledge. And the only thing that's left are these obscure type locks, disc detainer locks, lever locks, etc. So when he has an opinion, I usually shut the F up and I listen. And here's his opinion. So I saw this advertised last night and thought I'd make a post about it since it's already targeted at new pickers and people new to the belt system. The HBC set has 2 hooks and the rest are rakes and hook bottom of keyway tensioners. No one will recommend that set. You will get more hooks from a cheap-ass Amazon set. The Avis 7550 is a dimple lock with a very restrictive keyway. You will not be picking that lock with that pick set without thinning down and modifying one of the tools. Probably the key extractor since the kit doesn't even include a half diamond pick. The Avis 88 is a disc detainer and could very well be ranked red belt if it includes the butterfly discs. Nothing included in the set will pick that lock. To include this as part of the bundle is just dumb. For the $165 being asked for this bundle, you could do much better in terms of picks and tensioners, and you could get locks you can actually pick with a pick set. And we're going to talk about the comments and the fallout of all this. Let's talk about this bundle. So they have this bundle. They worked with somebody consulted for them, not me, and someone recommended that they sell locks that are catered to competitive lock picking, making locksmiths better, making security professionals better, teaching them the differences between the different lock types and their security features and functions, and they offered it with a lockpick set. I think this is a great idea. I think it's great in form, but not in execution, and we'll talk about why that is. Why is it a great idea? I currently manage 2 locksport groups. One group has 20,000 members. The other group has just under 1,000. And the number one question is, what lockpick set should I get? What locks should I pick? And everybody has to start the whole education process over again because nobody wants to use Google, which is a thing now for 15 years. Nobody wants to use Google to help them figure out how do I get better at lock picking? What's the best lock pick set I can buy? What's the next lock I should pick? Because that answer it's been answered 200,000 times. That's how many people have created an account on the subreddit of lock picking. It's over 230,000 members right here, 230,000 members. Not all of them are active today. It's probably closer to 8 to 10,000 people in total that are active in locksport in North America or around the world, I guess. But that's the number one question. And the number one answer is they'll give a list of recommended manufacturers for lock picks. Usually it's a sticky they'll share from the Reddit page, or maybe I will share one of my YouTube videos where I've done a review. And then somebody will say you need a box of white to blue. Now, I have personally consulted with manufacturers on this idea. And I said, the problem of lock picks being accessible to lock pickers is no longer a problem for us. It's done. We are having trouble getting the locks. Our only accessibility to locks are 4 areas: the Google in general, Amazon, okay, and then the local hardware store, which is never going to go anything above maybe orange or green, and then Reddit, Discord, which I consider kind of 2 communities because you're not really going to buy any locks on Reddit. I think they closed the bazaar, so you have to go to Discord, or eBay. So you really only have 4 avenues. So you're kind of searching and you're going to get taken for. You're going to get taken advantage of by people. There's scammers in the community that prey on the locksport community, and you don't really know what to buy unless somebody is teaching you how to use tools like the LPU belt ranking system here, where someone's teaching you, all right, type in the lock you need. This is what you need. These are the type of pins you're looking for. That's the difficulty level. And then you're hoping that you find a good vendor for that lock. But I have purchased locks. Like I purchased an ASA 600 years ago from somebody and then went to go pick it for my red belt. And they're like, yeah, but it has this one sidebar in it. You have to remove the sidebar to pick it. And then it was still controversial. So you still don't know what you're getting. So my consultation for companies was, you guys got to jump on this bandwagon. I've consulted this idea for no less than 2 major lockpick manufacturers and dealers in North America, saying you guys need to sell locks to the locksport community, and none of them want to do it. I had a lockpick designer tell me, well, you can't sell locks, you can't ship them. Well, you can ship them because they're being shipped every day. I can go to Padlock Warehouse and lockswhatever.com. Like everybody, I can buy locks on Amazon, I can buy locks on eBay, and I can ship locks to my friend. Surely somebody in the lockpick manufacturing space can figure this out. Finally, somebody has. So good on UHS for tapping into an industry need. And I think that their hearts were in the right place. First off, the karate belt ranking system has a Creative Commons. And that just says, as long as you give attribution to us and don't try to create your own thing and saying that it's yours, meaning don't take our list of belted locks and ranked locks and take our idea of ranking them and then call it yours. As long as you just say, hey, this came from Reddit, we're fine. So the fact that they're saying Reddit, subreddit, lockpicking, belt ranking bundle, and they give it, all of this credit in the description, they're falling within the rules of that. I think that this is going to grow locksport. This makes locksport accessible. Locksport grew when the lockpicks became accessible, thanks to Sparrows, thanks to Peterson Manufacturing, thanks to Southern Specialties, thanks to Southord, just to name a few lockpick providers and manufacturers that are giving lockpicks to the community without asking for the red tape. Are you law enforcement? Are you military? Are you DOD? Are you a licensed locksmith? What is your ID number and all this other stuff? Locksport grew exponentially in 2014 when these companies opened up selling that to the general public. From 2007 to 2012, all I saw was you had to know who was selling to the general public without the vetting. I remember companies like Peterson Manufacturing actually had red tape all over the website saying you will be required to show proof of this and this and this, and you cannot purchase it unless you have this and this and this, and you just go through that shopping cart anyways, and you would still purchase your tools, and you're like, oh, I got away with something here. And no, he was just trying to intimidate the people that did not belong in this hobby or in this profession, whatever that may be. And I like that. But in 2014, all the kid gloves came off with all these manufacturers started offering these tools. That being said, I think UHS Hardware did a really great job in providing a product that is a need within the locksport hobbyist community. They need access to locks outside of just going on to Facebook saying, hey, what I need some locks, and then someone named, Jim or Brian or whatever, someone with a weird nickname, saying, I'll sell you a bunch of locks. Give me your PayPal. And so I like that a manufacturer is doing this. What is this going to do? Let's read the description. It says, unlock your lock-picking potential with the Reddit Lockpicking Bundle, curated specifically for enthusiasts aiming to progress from white to brown belt. This comprehensive set includes all of the locks required to meet the criteria for each belt level on the lock-picking subreddit. Perfect for beginners and intermediate hobbyists, this bundle provides a practical, hands-on way to practice and master your skills before submitting your belt flare. They are inviting people that purchase this to go to Reddit to submit their belt request for belt flare. This is growing the locksport community. This is growing Reddit. This is going to in turn grow Discord. This will grow YouTube. So I understand why people may not like this because whatever reason, it's not their company and not their idea, but I think this is good for locksport. terribly executed. Terribly executed. Let's talk about all the reasons why that is moving forward. So the lockpick set is garbage. It's gobbledygook. That lockpick set is the HPC deluxe pick set with 16 pieces. You are getting 4 lockpicks with handles on them. Only one of them is an actual pick for single pin picking. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lockpicks without handles. 2 of them are duplicates of one of the other picks that already has a handle, and one is a duplicate, which is just another hook pick right here. So you're only getting 2 hook picks out of the entire 16-piece set, and it retails for $70. The other tools you're getting 3 double ball or snowman or figure 8 rakes, which are for raking wafer locks. There's not a single wafer lock in the selection of locks that have been chosen. You are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regular rakes, 4 of which are identical because they're snake rakes, and then you're getting a zip rake or a kinetic rake or a W rake or an M rake or what I call a Wario rake because it looks like the Wario symbol. And you're getting an extractor and another extractor, and you're getting 3 bottom of keyway tension wrenches. This case, I think, retails somewhere between $10 and $20. So you're just overpaying for everything. You're not getting anything in it. I don't recommend any other sets that are available from UHS Hardware. They have not caught up with the last 15 years of modern pick making technology as a seller. They don't make these tools. But if you are a die-hard UHS hardware fan, just get the 13-piece set for $18, which is 40% of the cost. Because at least with the 13-piece, you're going to get a half diamond with a handle, and you're going to get that short hook with a handle. That half diamond, you can conceivably teach yourself to pick dimple locks, but I would highly recommend you get dimple picks for the dimple lock that is in this pick set. So let's talk about the pick set overall, or excuse me, the locks overall. We have a white belt, yellow belt, orange, green, blue, purple, and brown. Let's talk about the blue belt lock. It is an Abus EC75. If I go to my Explorer and I type in on lpubelts.com and I type in Abus EC75, an orange belt pops up. I don't know if this is the orange belt version they're selling me, because that's what it looks like, or if it is the EC750, and that is the Euro Profile version, and that should have all serrated pins. Either way, doesn't matter to me because it's a dimple lock, and nothing in this lockpick set, which is the deluxe pick set, is going to allow you to pick dimple picks, or dimple locks, excuse me. There's no dimple picks in this pick set. You're not picking that dimple lock. It's highly restricted. Now somebody goes, oh, I'll prove you wrong, Sandman. You're probably a skilled lockpicker. You're probably an advanced lockpicker. In fact, Lockpicking Lawyer, I've met the guy. I've spent time with Covert Instruments. I watched him pick locks all day long, and he was someone that told me, he's like, there's really not very many dimple locks I can't pick with an actual, straight tool, whether that be a flat hook or a gem or a half diamond. But he's also one of the best lock pickers in the world. This is not someone you want to give to somebody that's a beginning locksmith, that they have in the description here, or beginner to intermediate or anything like that. I can't get behind that. The other thing I don't like about this is, instead of that Abus E75, Georgia Jim told me in a private comment, he's like, they could have just gone with the Medico bi-level. The Medico bi-level would have been a blue belt lock, and that would have been a pin tumbler lock. The Medico bi-level blue belt would have been a much better pick. Let's take a look at the Medico bi-level and see that. So that's a free consultation from one of the world's greatest lock pickers, Medico bi-level. Yeah, so if they went with a bi-level, then they could have sold a bi-level, which they sell on their website apparently, and that would have been a blue belt level lock. Maybe it was more expensive than that padlock, and they're trying to keep costs low, but having a $60, is it 60? Is that what they're selling? Yeah, it's $50 off from $70 pick set. If they got rid of this pick set just in general and just sold the locks, that would have been probably a good value. Then let's talk about the brown belt level lock. So the brown belt level lock is a disc detainer lock. It's a disc detainer lock. It's a Abus. And let's go to the filter here, and let's go to, oh man, there's going to be a lot that pull up there for the Abus brown and purple. But it is, I don't remember what it is. Let's see what he says. So the Abus 88. So let's go to the Abus 88. So not only are there no, I'm going to have to figure this out. Hold on. It's a disk detainer lock. So we're going to go here to the filter function. We're going to go with the make locking mechanism. Okay, nothing's working here. I got to clear it out. Clear this. Go to the filter. Go to the make. We're going to go to Avis. We're going to go to the locking mechanism. It is a disk detainer lock. And we're going to go to done. And so it's probably a plus or X. Yeah, it's a plus. Avis plus. So that's probably the Avis 88. Yeah, it is. 8850. So a disk detainer lock has disks. You are not going to pick this lock with the tools that are provided. There are some people on YouTube that have picked Avis locks with just a short hook or a diamond or whatever. Those are also some of the best lock pickers in the world. They're basically pulling a hat trick, okay? They're basically saying, look at how good I am at lock picking. I can do this now with just the basic of tools. That is not something you can ever recommend to anybody. I mean, you want a disk detainer lock pick right here, like sold from Sparrows or RWB, the Silver Bullet, Hazardous, MFG, Manufacturing, anybody that's selling a disk detainer lock, you'd have better look at picking this with a disk detainer tool from Amazon, which is not designed to probably front tension or rear tension, whatever is going on with this particular lock. Good luck if it has the butterflies, and let's look at what those butterfly versions are. So here's the butterfly discs. And so it could possibly have these butterfly discs. I think it's referring to this guy, or is it these? I don't know. But the butterfly discs could make it a lot harder. You're not picking that set. You're not picking this lock with that HBC set. So I think we've covered, you don't want this lock pick set for $50, $60. You don't want that blue belt. Could be an orange belt. You don't want the brown belt because it's a disk detainer lock and you're not going to pick it. And I wouldn't recommend the current blue belt because it's a dimple lock. You're not going to pick that. Let's keep cruising. UHS does sell a ASA Abloy Maximum Plus, which is a black belt level lock because I purchased from them. I think they are a great provider of locks. I like purchasing from them. They could have had a white to black if they wanted to, but it's too expensive. They need to dial this back and offer a white to blue. If they want to offer a set beyond that, offer a purple to black and actually sit down and figure it out. But white to brown is just they're barking up too much of a tree, and they're getting into areas that they don't understand clearly because they're offering a disk detainer lock without a disk detainer tool. So my recommendation to UHS, I hope they watch this. I hope they see it. I'm a big fan of all of your products. You have great products, but you missed the mark on this. You need to offer white to blue, and you need to make sure that blue belt is a pin tumbler lock, not a dimple lock. But Sandman, dimple locks are pin tumbler locks. Yeah, but that's a highly paracentric keyway. You really need dimple picks for dimple locks, okay? So let's see what the Reddit community is saying about this. Oh my gosh, let's make sure I'm refreshed so I have everything up to date. This thing has 47 upvotes. It's going to reach to 100, 150 by the end of the day, I'm sure. I saw this too and thought the exact same thing. Good work making a post about it. Someone said, fuck UHS. Someone said, I wouldn't mind the lock bundle without the picks if the price is right, that is. Thank you for the public service announcements. I saw that. I couldn't tell what the brown belt lock was. It looked like a titanium lock. This is a strange combination of locks that they suggested, considering most people would have to get a disc detainer or a disc lock and dimple pick set also. Someone else said, UHS has awful customer service as well. Stay away. Someone else said, needless to say, you probably won't gain the experience needed to progress through higher belts by picking one lock of that kind, and to actually progress through them takes months or even years, depending on how intense and efficient you're practicing. Also, there should be 2 locks of each from purple onwards. Good point. If you want to get credit for purple belt onwards, you have to have 2 locks of each belt. Also, which is another reason why I support white to blue only. Also, to get your green belt, you have to be able to disassemble a lock. Now, this is for locksmiths. They'll be in a shop where they can disassemble the locks. But he said, that being said, I wouldn't mind someone offering lock bundles without picks targeted toward LPU's belt ranking system if the price isn't too far off the individual locks and it pays attention to requirements such as being guttable and so on. That's a good point. Your locks have to be guttable from green belt moving forward because you have to be able to show what pins are in it. So that's a very good point. And we have people doing puke emojis. And he said, not only that, but the easy locks are poor choices too. The 4145 isn't a white belt. The 5550 is orange, but like the 5540, I'm not sure why they chose it as a yellow. I don't know which, it just says Avis on it, so I don't know which one that is. Let's take a look at the Belt Explorer. Let's see if any Avises show up as a white belt. Avis. And let's get rid of the filters here. So we're going to clear filters. Done. And then we're going to type in Avis again. And let's go to white. And so there is an Avis 45 laminated lock. I don't know why this person believes that it's not. I mean, that looks like an Avis 45. There's no reason why that wouldn't qualify. So let's keep going. Let's see here. What a horribly thought out set, either put together by someone who knows nothing about the belt system or someone who just wants to make money regardless of the new picker that would buy it. The last comment that we have for right now, this package is dumb in my opinion, not only for the reasons already comprehensively laid out, but because presenting the idea that someone can buy a package with a handful of locks and that's going to give them sufficient material to practice on to become skilled with high sec locks is misleading to beginners. Part of becoming skilled and well-rounded in this field is picking a substantial number of locks, period. I don't disagree, but I don't think that that was their intention. I think their intention with this bundle right here, I think the intention was to get people excited about progressing to harder locks. Most people that are locksmiths are just picking white belt through green belt tops. Most are not picking green. Most are picking white and yellow. So just basic padlocks. If they can't pick it because it has security pins, they're just going to cut that shackle or they're going to drill through that mortise or rim cylinder, and then they move on with their life. Here's the deal. Locksmiths will always be like, well, I do this for a living. I work 15 hours a day, and I don't have time to sit at a desk and, in a controlled environment with air conditioning and a cushy chair with my high-end lockpicks and my lock and a table vise listening to chill, lo-fi music and picking locks and asking people to give me a belt for it. I'm out there making money. I'm out there working for a living. You are misconstruing locksport with locksmithing. Nobody in locksport is pretending to be a locksmith, but locksmiths are pretending they're too busy to get better at lock picking. Well, I like that UHS did this. I like it. I like UHS. I like that someone put together a bundle with a lockpick set and they are saying go to Reddit so you can get karate flair. Like, this is almost like they had permission, probably didn't, but it was like they were collaborating with the locksport community and saying, how can we help you? I can't think of a better way a large manufacturer can help the locksport community. It was just executed poorly. They should have stopped at blue belt. They should have offered a pin tumbler instead of a dimple lock and a disc detainer lock. And they should have offered a better lockpick set. Not the most expensive HPC set that's on there. I don't think it's the most expensive, but man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I have priced highest to lowest here, and the Renegade lockpick set is the only lockpick set that's in my collection that I actually returned to the dealer. I bought it from Brokage, also known as lockpicks.com. Been buying from them since 2007. I purchased this stainless steel set, and it was so bad that I called them up. I was like, man, I have over 50 pick sets and I don't want this in my collection. I want my money back. And so I returned it. And that's when they were like, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of returns on HPC products and we will definitely refund your money. And it was corroded, all kinds of stuff. I did a whole video on it. It was bad. But they definitely went with one of the most expensive lockpick sets. This is an automotive set, so let's not count that. They have the Pro Lock set for $100. It's way overpriced. It's not their fault. This is not their fault. It's $100, MSRP $132. UHS is a good company that has good prices, in my opinion. This is a normal price for this tubular lockpick. I mean, everything that I look at UHS is all good prices. I'm going to be buying cylinders from them here pretty soon, key and knob cylinders, and it's good price. The only competitor that they have is UHS. Is it CK? I don't remember what the CLK Supply. So CLK, that's their only competitor, and you can just check prices between CLK Supply and UHS. UHS is hitting their prices out of the ballpark. The problem is that they're selling garbage. Clom for $56. It's a garbage lockpick set. HPC Superior pick set. This is cheaper than the pick set that they're offering. So this is the deluxe pick set. It's a 16 piece. But if you want the superior piece pick set, you get 32 pieces. You actually get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 handled lock picks. This is a better set, and it retails for $10 less, and it's on sale. It's just, but with the sale price, it's $3 more. What are you doing, UHS? I love you. I'm sorry. It's not me, or it's not you, it's me. But I can't recommend this bundle. I'm sorry, I can't recommend the bundle. I would like to recommend to UHS this. The heart's in the right place. The idea's in the right place. There's money to be made, as well as growing the community. There's nothing wrong with capitalism and growing the locksport community, in my humble opinion. Somebody may say, oh, this is garbage. We should get rid of this. We should ban UHS, and we should only recommend that new lockpickers have to scrounge the internet and eBay to find CD sellers and ask them for the exact locks that they need. No, that's not what I recommend. I think that UHS is on the right path because I recommended this to other manufacturers, as mentioned before, and nobody had the balls to do it. I'm glad somebody has the balls to do this, but it was executed poorly. They need to stop this sale because these tools are all, it's made to order, okay? So they could stop this. They could stop it. And, oh man, I opened up the wrong one. So they could stop this from being a thing, and I can't find it. They could stop this from being a thing, and then they could reassess, recalibrate, re-engage, and then I think they could knock this out of the park. If they don't want to go with a modern lockpick manufacturer because they don't have some type of wholesale pricing, which they could do, but that's hard to do. But if they can get wholesale pricing with a modern lockpick manufacturer, man, I would love to talk to them about that. Like, I would love for them to contact old Sandman and say, Sandman, who's some modern manufacturers we should work with? And I'll be like, let's put on that seatbelt. Let's go for that ride because we're going to revolutionize locksmithing and lockpicking. So I just wish they would, but they're not. And so I'm going to have to recommend to UHS that if all you're going to do is sell tools that are in your current inventory with your current dealership, let's put the HPC pip in there. It has 2 hooks and it has a diamond hook or diamond lifter pick, and then we have a short flat hook here, and then we have we still have duplicates of rakes and stuff like that, but this is a much better pick set. It's a much better pick set, and it's cheaper. It's not a good quality pick set, but it's better than what you guys are selling. Also, scrap the purple belt, scrap the brown belt, swap the blue belt out for the Medico bi-level, and so that way they're not trying to pick a dimple lock with that pin tumbler lockpick kit, and then you actually have a viable product. That's what I would recommend. I would also recommend an American 1100 or whatever else that may be green belt that's in your inventory. I think an Abus 74 or 72, so that's an Abus 72. A 74 will be the Lotto version. So the 74 is the Lotto version. I think you can pick a 74 and a 72, and I guarantee if you're selling the 72 because you're an Abus dealer, you're going to sell a 74. You need 2 locks that you can sell, but I don't know if that's guttable. But you need locks that are guttable, and you need 2 locks per belt above green, I believe. Or maybe it's above purple. Let's take a look at the requirements for green belt. So let's hit X. Let's go to view all locks, and let's go to green belt. Belt requirements. Single pin picking one of the locks ranked as green. Okay, so I'm an idiot. Let's go to blue belt. Single pick and got one of the locks ranked as blue belt. So that person was right. I'm an idiot. I apologize. You need to have 2 different locks above purple belt. So the solution is scrap the purple belt, scrap the brown belt, scrap that particular blue belt, offer a different blue belt, and replace the pick set, and I think you have a decent product. If you can go with a modern manufacturer for lock picks, you're gonna knock this out of the park, and it'll be the #1 recommended bundle available. Especially if you can offer a $20 lockpick set or a $30 lockpick set, and then offer these tools. It would probably be sub $100. That it would probably be around the ballpark of $100 if you could sell a set of white to blue and a set of lockpicks for $100 to $110, I think it would sell. It's going to have a limited market because not everybody has that kind of money, but I think that it would sell. I think it's a viable option, especially if you can get under the $100 mark. I think it would sell. I think that's possible to do. Maybe not with that Medico bi-level in there, but it's possible. Like, you could add it. Guys, you sell interchangeable cores. You sell best interchangeable cores. Okay, right here, $39. So you could add something like this in there. And I know you guys get those. You can get that for $40. Let's take a look at the bi-level. See how much the Medico bi-level costs just for the cylinder. So that's cheaper than a bi-level. The bi-level is $67. Okay, but instead they did the Abus. I can never remember. It's the Abus 7EC. That's what it is. It's the Abus EC. So let's see if we can find it. EC 7 5 5 5 7 5. I don't remember. I can't find it. I forgot what it is. I have my short-term memory shot. Okay, let's take it. Abus 7550. And let's see. Let's just go to Google real quick. Oh, let's go here. Let's see what Abus 75 EC 75. So that's what 7560, 30, 30, 75, 50. So that's why they went with it. It's an affordable lock, but it's a dimple lock. It's not going to work with this. I get it. There's ways around this. I know that you probably have an Abus 81, right? Let's take a look at Abus. Abus, and let's type in blue. And you should have some options there. I believe there's an Abus Titanium. Oh, there isn't. Okay, that was a greenbelt level lock. Man, I suck at picking. Wow. And I was like, oh, this lock is so hard. Okay, that's all I have for today, folks. I have nothing left but just gobbledygook. You've heard my consultation. You've heard my recommendations. You've heard my praises. And you've heard my discontent. What do you guys think? I want to hear it. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you wrong? Am I wrong, Sandman? You're wrong. They're robbing from the Reddit community. Or are they building up the Reddit community? Is this a positive for the Reddit community? Was this a great idea? Just horrible. Is this horrible execution? Deplorable? Is this deplorable execution? That's what I think. I think it was a good idea. I think it was just shot through the heart and you're to blame. All right, let's see here. Abus, yeah. So the deluxe laminated is a 4145. Let's take a look at that white belt. Abus 4145. Abus 41. Says it's unranked, but that's okay. I still think it's a white belt. So that's it. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts, folks? Remember, I'm not rich. I'm irresponsible. That's all I have for today, folks. I'll catch you guys next time.